The following program on PBS 39 is made possible in part by...
For nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.
Excellence lives here in Northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
This is Arts Weekly. Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Welcome to Arts Weekly. I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Today we'll be talking about some unique local arts events. Later in the show, I'll be joined by Karen Richards from the Mayor's Office and Nicole Keesling from the Mayor's Youth Engagement Council to hear about the exciting events around Riverpalooza taking place May 31st. But first, I'm honored to be joined by my good friend and excellent director, Philip Colglazer from the Fort Wayne Civic Theater, who's here to share all the details behind the Northeast Indiana Playwright Festival that starts May 30th. Philip, thank you for joining me on Arts Weekly once again, and welcome back.
Thank you, and thank you for that intro.
Well, you know, we go back a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
you were the one of the first people I met in Fort Wayne when I arrived, and it's been great to collaborate with you down at the Fort Wayne Civic Theater, and you've always been a supporter of the IPFW Theater. So,
Yeah, well, thank you.
I'm glad to have you on. But you're here to talk about something very near and dear to your heart.
Yes, it is.
The Northeast Indiana Playwright Festival.
Correct.
So let's do a little history first.
All right.
What is your affiliation exactly with the Civic Theater for viewers who don't know? Of course, I know, but
Right.
there might be some people who don't know what you do there.
Correct. My title is I'm the Executive Artistic Director of the Fort Wayne Civic Theater. We're the second largest community theater in the state of Indiana, one of the oldest in the nation. And I've been the Executive Artistic Director since 2000. But prior to that, I had other positions, education director, took on the fund development 6 years prior with a small stint in working in Indianapolis in between, and they invited me back to be the executive director. So it's been almost like close
14?
to 20 years
20
now
years. When
with,
did you say you started?
Yeah.
Wow, that's math. I learned this last time on live
Right.
television. I'm not a math teacher, thank God. But do tell me a little bit about, help me understand what an executive director does. I don't think people understand that you have to wear two hats.
Correct. And it depends on different organizations and how they're structured. With the Fort Wayne Civic Theater, I'm overseeing both the artistic and the administrative aspects of the organization. And so, and with a great staff, because I could not do it without, and with a great board of directors.
You've got a terrific board of directors,
Yes,
very involved.
Very supportive, and
Right.
really helping with the fundraising and guiding the organization. And so our operating budget is over $800,000, anywhere around $800 to $850, $900 in a given year.
That's
And
considerable.
Yeah,
That's considerable
it
for a
really
community
is.
theater. That's
And
quite a development.
So we do 7 to 8 shows a year, and it's volunteer talent. So we are showcasing local talent, people from Northeast Indiana, parts of Ohio, Michigan that will come down, a lot from Huntington, Auburn, as well as the Fort Wayne, Allen County proper. And so it's our job to showcase them and make them look the best they can in the best light, and to make them shine.
You
And
do a great job of it. I've been around the country and I've been involved with several civic theaters. There's a lot, many communities have them, but Fort Wayne Civic Theater is one of the strongest arts organizations in Fort Wayne, which has a strong
thank
community
you.
already. And it's just a testament to your ability as a leader to keep it going as positive as you do, and with the reputation, because it's got a strong reputation.
But all all the theaters in town because we all work together.
Absolutely.
And the strength, it's such a theater community.
It's a very strong theater community.
A lot of the talent and the moves around, and so it really speaks for the community.
And each venue is different.
Yes.
You can go to the Civic Theater at the Performing Arts and have a big proscenium stage, or you can go to the arena and have an intimate, or you can go to First Pres, IPFW with the thrust stage. Yeah. So the diversity is great. All right, we're here to talk about several things. Let's get started with the Indiana Playwright Festival that you started, that the organization started 6 years ago, correct? Or 5 years ago?
5 years ago, correct.
Why?
Well, Follinger Foundation was doing an Inspire grant at that point for executive directors, and so I was writing plays at the time and was really feeling the frustration of how to get your play produced, and experiencing it and someone that's involved with theater, and thinking how difficult that would be for other playwrights as well. So part of the Inspire grant, I got the staff to go down to Louisville, Kentucky for the
Actors Theater of Louisville.
The
Humana Festival?
Humana Festival.
Yeah, Humana.
And
Humana. You say tomato, I say tomato.
And so we all went down, and that was part of it. So we got to meet the staff and see how they structured their festival. And so we used that as a learning tool to how to structure our Playwright Festival.
And it's been successful. You've had a really great 5 years.
It has, and it's still building. There's a good amount of playwrights that submit each year. 24 playwrights have been submitting, and the submission is on our website.
Okay.
Deadline is September 1st, but we're getting ready to showcase this year's.
Right.
So
you have how many winners this year?
We have 3 winners and 1 honorable mention. And so...
And the first place winner gets an actual production.
Correct.
And that title is?
Called Whispers to the Moon by Chris Bosky. And she is actually living in Florida now. So you can be a current or former resident of Northeast Indiana. And so it's a delightful play. Kate Black is in it, Bob Haluska, Elizabeth Kubler-Wolf, and James Del Piore. And it's about a couple that has an affair, an older couple. It's been years. It's been going on for years. And in Monaco. And so every year she goes for 2 weeks. And
if you're going to have an affair,
yes,
why not have it in Monaco? Absolutely.
And with Jarez.
Neutral land.
And so all of a sudden her daughter appears.
Oh.
Out of nowhere.
Conflict.
Yeah. And so it's very funny, but it's also very heartwarming too.
And where's that being performed?
That will be at the Arts Lab Black Box across the street from the Arts United Center in the new space there.
Terrific. It's a wonderful theater.
Yes, it is.
And the second place?
The second place is called Tinfoil Memories by Emily Ferris. And she's a college student, just near here. I forget where.
Okay.
Anyway, a wonderful piece. It's very delightful about this gentleman that he's living with this girl for 2 weeks, and she knows everything about him, and it freaks him out.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. And so the tinfoil is because he thinks she's reading his mind.
Wow.
So he puts on this tinfoil hat. It's a little,
yeah,
but it's really interesting, all the twists and turns and what you learn. I can't give too much away about that.
Yeah, don't give it away.
So,
but that has not a performance, but we call in the theater staged reading.
Correct.
And when is the stage reading for that?
Stage reading, Tom Hofrichter from First Pres is directing that one, and that will be taking place in the morning of Saturday, May 31st at 10 a.m. at the Arts Lab. And then we'll have a group discussion afterwards, so the playwright learns and how to maybe strengthen the script, and maybe also get the positive feedback. Yeah, that really worked. That kind of thing.
Terrific. Third place?
Third place is called The Teapot Collector by Jack Peterson, and it's about an older gentleman who meets these 3 women, 1 little girl, African-American girl, she's so sweet, and there's 2 other ladies in his life, and the parallel is that out of his teapot collection, each of them are like one of his teapots. And so it's how their relationships impact him and his collection.
And it's identified through the teapots that he has collected.
Correct. And so it's a very endearing piece.
And that has a reading?
That is a reading on Sunday morning at, I believe it's at 10 a.m. as well. Yes, on 10 a.m. at the Black Box on June 1st.
Terrific. So let's help our viewers understand a little bit that this is quite a process. It begins in September, and these are blind submissions.
Correct.
They send 10 pages.
Correct.
That you know who's sending them, but then you send them out to professional readers, people of the theater, correct?
Correct. And we have a list of adjudicators from all local theaters here in town, but also some professionals outside, former Broadway directors or producers. And so they narrow down the list to about the top 8 scripts from that. And then the top 8 scripts go to our artistic committee of board members and staff, and they give the full read of the script. And so then that's narrowed down and through the process. And sometimes we give an honorable mention, and sometimes we don't. This year, Respect the Rooster from Rachel Roberts, is that correct? Yes, Rachel Roberts. And so it was a very nice piece, so we wanted to recognize her work as well.
Well, we can't not talk about this festival if we don't talk about this incredible adjudicator you have.
Yes.
Donald Margulies.
Donald Margulies. I was so pleased to be able to have him join us for the festival. He's the Pulitzer Prize winning playwright for Dinner with Friends, and his production was recently revived on Broadway just this past January. And he's an adjunct professor of English and theater at Yale University. He's currently out in LA working on a project, not sure what. But he's coming in for our festival. He'll be here Friday evening for the reception after the show, here all day on Saturday. He'll be adjudicating the first place winning play. Can you imagine writing a play and having
Donald Margulies
give you feedback on it?
Intimidating, quite honestly. Yeah, a little bit.
But it's such a nice experience. And then he has on 5:30, he'll be at the main stage to speak about his career and his craft. And you can ask questions of him. And then we'll do a special reception from 6:30 to 8 with, so come meet him, shake his hand. So I hear he's very, very approachable.
Oh, I'm sure he's very personable, and I'm sure he'll be very gracious to the young players, I'm sure. What is the contact information, and what are the dates of the festival before we go on? I do want to run through your next season because it's great, but what is the festival dates?
The festival dates are May 30th through the 15th, but the festival is only the first weekend through June 1st. And then the first place winning play continues through June 15th, Whispers to the Moon.
Ticket information is?
Ticket information, call 422-4226 or go online to our website. You can buy tickets there. We do have half price for students.
Oh, terrific, yeah. Well, I think that the access to Donald Margulies that you provide in those 2 or 3 days is wonderful to the audience and the general public. So I would really encourage our viewers to get out and join the festival, participate in the festival, because they'll have the opportunity to have firsthand contact with Mr. Margulies.
I must say that the James and help me out, the Knight Foundation, I forget the first names, are big supporters of the festival this year.
Okay,
and
great.
so we couldn't have done it without their support. So.
Great. Let's quickly, before we go, talk about your upcoming season. Can we just go through from beginning to end?
Sure.
Just let our viewers know, because it is, we've got some graphics to go with it, so go with the first one and give us the dates and the lists.
All right. The first one is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which is July 26th through August 10th, and that will be directed by Craig Humphrey from IPFW. Over the River and Through the Woods.
Great play.
September 12th through the 28th. Funny.
Yes.
And then we go into the musical Shrek, and November 8th through the 23rd. And it's a delightful musical, good for all family. A classic, Cabaret, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Perfect to bring.
I don't know
if
I'd bring my date to Cabaret for Valentine's Day.
On March 1st. And then we have a very dramatic piece called 33 Variations about a lady who has ALS. And she's a musicologist, and she's studying Beethoven's 33 variations of his work and the comparisons there. We have Spelling Bee, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee in May, and then we end the season with the 6th annual Northeast Indiana Playwright Festival in May, June.
Well, it's a fantastic season. I'm a little bit jealous about a couple of things. First and foremost is 33 Variations. Wonderful play. Really making the circuit this year and last year around National Theater. So congratulations on that.
Great, thank you.
And you're directing Cabaret, correct?
Cabaret and then the Playwright Festival.
Good. Well, I look forward to that. You're a great director and a great choreographer, so Cabaret will be well served. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Good luck on the festival. You're going to be crowded. And it's a huge success, and thank you for bringing that to Fort Wayne. We're very fortunate that you brought it. While we get ready for our next segment, please view the performance calendar of what's coming up in our area, and I'll be joined by Karen Richards and Nicole Keesling to talk about Riverpalooza. We'll be right back. One of Fort Wayne's early big summertime events, Riverpalooza, takes place downtown May 31st. Joining me to talk about this family fun event are Karen Richards from the Mayor's Office and Nicole Keesling, a senior at Canterbury High School who is on the Mayor's Youth Engagement Council. Ladies, welcome to Arts Weekly, and thank you for joining me. I feel so fortunate to have you. Karen, we've been around this block once, around this dance before. It's great to have you back on the show.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to hear about Riverpalooza, but first I want to just learn a little bit about how you both got involved in this. Karen, you're in the Mayor's Office.
Yes.
And what do you do in the Mayor's Office?
I am basically the liaison for the Mayor's Office, and I am involved in a lot of different programs that he has, and this is one of them, the Mayor's Youth Engagement Council. And so
how long is the Youth Council?
I'm privileged.
You are privileged if
I
you
am.
get to engage
I am, with the young people.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
am.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. How long's the Youth Engagement Council been part of the Mayor's plan?
This will be our 4th year.
It's your 4th year. And what was the impetus for that move for that council to be created, do you think?
Well, it's to engage the youth in our community, get them involved, get them downtown, get them to know what the community is about. So I think this year especially has been an education for them, bringing them downtown and going along with the legacy funds and the downtown building and everything that's going on. It just fits in perfectly for our Fort Wayne's Almost Famous.
How big is the council?
We have 22 this year.
22. And what age range are they?
They are sophomores to seniors.
Sophomores to seniors. Nicole, welcome to Arts Weekly. Thank you for being here. So you're a senior at Canterbury.
Yes.
And you're on the council.
Yes, I'm actually secretary and chairman of the marketing committee.
Marketing committee. Yes. Hence, you join Karen on live television.
Exactly.
Lucky you. How long have you been on the council?
This is actually my first year on the council.
And how did you get on it? Do you have to apply or be
yes,
asked?
there's an interview process and an application process. And after the application and the interview, I got a call from Karen asking me if I would be interested in joining the council. And I said, of course. It was a wonderful opportunity.
Wonderful. So I've looked at your resume a little bit, or at least my producer did a little bit of interviewing, and I must say you have one accomplished lady sitting next to you.
Yes, I do.
Tell us a little bit about what you do at Canterbury and elsewhere, because the council is just one of an astounding number of events. List them for us. Tell us what you do, because I can't believe you're a senior at Canterbury and all of this.
At Canterbury, I've had the opportunity to serve as president of the stock market team, the speech team, debate team, Model United Nations team, and I've also been a congressional intern for Representative Marlon Stutzman and a intern for Senator Richard Lugar as well. And I've worked on about 13 different campaigns, and I will be assisting at the Republican Indiana convention this year.
I'm in awe.
As well.
I have to say, young lady, I'm in awe. I was lucky in senior high school if I could remember where history class was, more or less remember all outside events. Congratulations. That's terrific. Well, a lot of it has a political background. Do you have a political hopes for the future, or do you have a political interest?
I'm not sure yet. Hopefully hopefully.
Yeah. Is that what brought you to the council?
Yes, I mean, I was very interested in anything having to do with government. And I mean, I was looking for internships online and I came across this and I said, oh, this would be an amazing opportunity. I haven't really done anything with the city of Fort Wayne, and I think that this would be a great opportunity to get to kind of learn about the city, because I'm from the suburbs and I didn't really know what downtown had to offer, but I definitely know now.
You know now. It has a lot to offer, right. So we're going to get to Riverpalooza in a minute, but I'm so intrigued by this council idea. What else have you done during the year for the council that the council's involved in?
At the beginning of the year, Karen actually took us to the water filtration plant in downtown Fort Wayne. We were there for about 3 hours.
Really?
Yes, we toured that facility.
Wow, Karen.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
really
kids,
exciting.
let's go watch the water be filtered.
That's true.
And then after that, Karen arranged for us to actually go on the rivers downtown. So we did rowing, pontoon rides, and a fishing boat.
Okay, so there's a theme here, Karen.
There is.
I'm picking up on it finally.
There
I'm a
is,
little
you're right.
slow, but
Yeah.
so you, from the beginning of the year, have had river on your mind.
Yes.
How come?
Well, for one thing, the our legacy money, there's a lot being said about the chunk of money that we have. And obviously, that's been put to use with the studies and things like that. So when they decided on an event, and that's the council decides on what they want to do, I just put a few things out there and they decided, okay, let's turn this talent event into an all-day thing and focus on families, the rivers, and what we can do downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, start from the bottom up. So that's why we went to, it was not the most glamorous place to go.
The filtration plant.
Absolutely.
But I have to say, if you ever get the chance to be in, what are the high-rise the river apartments, I forget what those are called, but if you're ever in one of those,
Rivers?
3 Rivers,
Yes.
exactly. If you're ever in one of those and you're on a balcony and you look at that filtration plant, that is one beautiful filtration plant.
It is.
Kind of reminds me of sort of a monastery or a convent from that. I mean, it is one beautiful building.
Yes.
And then you think, what are they doing in there? They're filtering some water. But we've made it look pretty. Yeah, it's a great
Right.
place. All right,
Historical.
so we've decided we're going to do we're going to celebrate the rivers, and you created something called Riverpalooza. Let's talk a little bit about Riverpalooza and the event that goes with it called Fort Wayne Almost Famous.
Right.
All right. So start with Riverpalooza, if you would, Nicole, and tell me what that is.
Yes. Riverpalooza is going to be a day full of family fun activities taking place on the river. Kind of educating people on what the rivers have to offer our city. So there are going to be canoeing clinics, kayak clinics, pontoon rides down the river. We're planning on having fire cauldrons on the river at night that light up the entire river, along with the Wells Street Bridge and the Martin Luther King Bridge.
2 beautiful bridges.
Oh,
We have a
yes,
lot of
definitely.
beautiful bridges in Fort
Yes.
Wayne. Yeah, and those are 2 beautiful ones. And then that's a family affair, and it runs
Yes.
from what time did I miss? Did you say what time it starts?
It's from 10 a.m. till about 7 p.m.
Oh, terrific. Now, there's also, you combine that with an event we've had before in the past, which is...
Which is the art part of it, which is why we're here, one of the reasons why we're here. And that's with the Fort Wayne's Almost Famous. And what that entails is it's a group of young artists throughout the city, high school artists, that present a video. They turn it into our committee, and then they're chosen because we get a lot of talent. We have lots of talent in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent.
I mean, we could spend hours on letting them perform. So the committee chooses, and this year we have 10 or 12 that will be performing from 2 p.m. to 5 in the afternoon, and they will show us their talent. It's incredible.
But it's not a competition. That's
Not this
important.
year.
It's not
We
a competition.
changed it.
You changed it.
We
Why
did.
did you change it?
Well, we changed it because I think too much emphasis on the competition, part of it trying to win, competing that way. And the committee and the council decided, let's just have fun, let's just get some people that want to entertain. And we're in hopes that some of these, they call them starving artists, will, we've had a lot of great art and
Right.
talent come out of Fort Wayne, and they're there. They're there, and I've got the list of some. I've seen the videos. Incredible.
So, did the council make the decisions on who's going to be the?
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
Yes.
That's daunting and fun.
Yes.
Right?
It was a
Yeah.
long couple of hours.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, you did it in a couple hours. Well, good for you.
Yeah, we had about 40 submissions, and
Yeah.
like Karen said, we narrowed it down to about 10 or 12.
Right. Well, Karen, I'm sorry, but that generation, they can do that video submission electronic thing. You know, they do it in their
They did.
bedrooms and they're done with it. You know,
They
I'm
did it.
thinking VHS camera, mail it in.
yes.
Doesn't happen that
Makeup,
way.
all that
yeah,
stuff.
it doesn't happen anyway. It's probably online submission,
Yeah.
and you guys are used to how to do that, and that's terrific. So who am I going to see? What kind of stuff am I going to see?
You're going to see a lot of modern music and a lot of just teenagers trying to get their names out there. We have a lot of teenagers that have been singing the national anthem at local events or have been singing it a lot of cafes downtown.
Right.
So you're going to see a lot of names that you probably have seen at events like that.
And I note that there wasn't an age restriction on the submission, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? For the
It was
almost
for high school students.
Oh, it is for high
Yes.
school students. Okay.
Yes.
So some of these people we've seen in cafes and coffee houses who are still high school students.
Yes,
Struggling,
yes.
really struggling young
Yeah,
artists.
definitely.
Okay, terrific, terrific. Any names you want to drop, or are we just going to go there
Oh,
and
it's a
see?
big surprise.
Oh, I like the big surprises. I like the big surprises. And where are the venues?
The
Where-
venue is actually going to be on the historic Wells Street Bridge, and that's right next to the Fort Wayne Outfitters. And so we chose that venue because it's a beautiful bridge, and it just got lit this year. So we thought this is the perfect spot to do it.
The Outfitters is right on the river,
Yes.
and they do have some space there. So I guess
Yes.
you're going to have the concert venue there and the milling about and all of the activities.
The concert itself, we have a stage and sound. Everything set up will be on the bridge
Okay.
because there's electricity.
Right.
We have weddings there and
Absolutely, yeah.
everything right now. So there.
And let's
there's
remind our viewers
electricity.
of the dates.
Yes.
Riverpalooza is
May 31st.
from 10 in the morning to 7 o'clock in the evening at the
Yes.
Wells Street Bridge.
Correct.
Come on down, take a pontoon ride, listen to some great talent. Well, ladies, thank you for joining
Thank
me
you.
on,
Thank you
so much for having
on
us.
Arts Weekly. And I have to say, Miss Nicole, I'm hugely impressed. And Karen, thank you for involving our young people in having a better appreciation of Fort Wayne, because Fort Wayne has so much to offer.
It's a pleasure. Thank
and
you.
You're doing a great job at the mayor's
Thank you.
office, and I'm always glad to have you on my show.
Thank you.
And I guess I'll look for you in politics or marketing, one or the other. There's probably room for both.
Mhm, You're right.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Next time on Arts Weekly, instructors from the IPFW Community Arts Academy will be here to talk about all the summer classes and camps available for kids from pre-kindergarten through 12th grade. We'll hear all about art, dance, theater, and music opportunities from Morgan McLaren, Brennan Stillman, Gloria Minnick, and Marcy Trenacosti. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39. Thanks for watching Arts Weekly.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
For nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.